Hey y'all, today I wanted to share 3 easy and healthy breakfast recipes. So when we first started this YouTube channel, my goal was to document my journey to a happier, healthier, and more simple life for my family. Well, as some of you know, right after that we found out about this little guy. So added to that journey is the journey of motherhood and trying to make time for a happier, healthier, and more simple life. And so sometimes all of those are really hard to fit together. Well, one aspect we focus on is cooking at home and cooking from scratch. And that really helps give us the energy to take care of all the other things, including being maybe slightly sleep deprived parents. So these are 3 recipes that I think are pretty easy. It's things I'll usually have on hand, which is either from my Costco haul every week or in the pantry or freezer that we try to keep. And the time frame of cooking them is about the same amount of time that Wade will be happy in his bouncer watching what I call the mommy cooking show. So hopefully these add ideas to your family so y'all can start your day together at the table, connecting and getting nourished before getting a busy day started. So I hope you enjoy them. First up are omelets. Anytime I make an omelet, I always think about my dad since he used to make them when we were growing up. So first thing I do is I pour some olive oil in my cast iron pan and I heat it on medium. And this is just to get it really hot so food doesn't stick when I'm cooking. Next, I chop up some turkey. The great thing is you can use whatever meat you have on hand, or you can not use any meat at all. That's the beauty about omelets. It's using whatever you have in your kitchen. Next, I chop up some mushrooms. Once I'm done chopping the mushrooms, my oil's hot, so I cut off some butter and I use it to make sure my oil was evenly spread throughout my pan, and then I toss the butter in there to melt. While the butter's melting, I take and I crack 3 eggs and scramble them up. Another great thing about an omelet is you can make it as big as you want. I chose to use 3 eggs, but we have also used 4 before. You don't want to use too many because it could create too thick of an omelet and it won't cook all the way. Okay, it looks like my butter's melted, so I toss my mushrooms into the pan. And while they are cooking, I roughly chop some spinach and then toss it in the pan. I don't want to cook the spinach too long, I just want it to get wilted. Now, at this point, a lot of times I may add a little bit extra oil if it looks like there's not enough in the pan. Again, we want the oil to be hot because it's going to keep the eggs from sticking when we're cooking the omelet. Once it's done, I remove all of that from my pan and set it to the side. I pour my eggs into the pan and you can already see that they are beginning to set. I season it with salt and pepper, but you may want to add something else on there too. Next, I add my turkey in there. And then we've been doing feta cheese a lot. It makes a really good omelet, but you can use any cheese you have in the house, or you can choose to skip the cheese. Next, I'm going to add my vegetables onto the omelet. And I'm going to let it cook until I begin to see the edges of the omelet are firming up enough so that I can fold it in half. Now, I'm always trying to achieve that perfect fold and perfect flip. Sometimes I'm successful, a lot of times I'm not. You can tell on this one I tried to encourage it to kind of fold into this pretty omelet. I'll let it cook a moment on that side and then I'll flip it to the other side. Lately, I've been enjoying eating my omelet with a side of avocado and salsa, and usually always blueberries for breakfast too. Next up are poached eggs and spinach. The first thing I do is add several inches of water into a pot and turn it on high to boil. While I'm waiting on the water, I crack an egg into a small bowl because that's how I will kind of dump the egg into the water. It keeps it from breaking up too much. I'm just doing a really simple poached egg, and they may not be the prettiest, but they are tasty. Once the water came to a boil, I reduced the heat to simmer. I slowly put my egg in there so it doesn't completely fall apart, and I'm cooking 2 poached eggs, so I also add the other egg. Once they're in there, I cover them, turn the heat off, and set the timer for 4 minutes. So I put olive oil in my cast iron pan. Next, I added some garlic. I just lightly sauteed the spinach. Then I removed it, put it on the plate, and at that point my poached eggs were ready. I used a slotted spoon to scoop them out, and I just put them directly on top of my spinach. I sprinkled salt and pepper on top of them, and this morning I had it with the side of tomato and feta cheese. And last is oatmeal, but I like to jazz it up a little bit with some fruit and peanut butter. First, add water to the pot and get it boiling. This particular morning, Wade was awake and helping me cook. Once your water boils, add your oatmeal in there and cook for ever how long your directions say cook. While that's cooking, I got some frozen blueberries and added them to a saucepan. Here, I'm not doing anything but heating them up. And there's a lot of bouncing with Wade while I'm cooking too to make sure that he's staying happy. It's all about trying to find a balance between giving him the time he needs, but also making sure our family is nourished and has something on the table to eat. I put a scoop of peanut butter in my oatmeal, and then I add the berries on top. The mixture of the peanut butter and berries just take the oatmeal up a notch. I'm not always the biggest oatmeal fan, so I like to put a lot of extras in my oatmeal. And right now I'm really loving some peanut butter and blueberries in it. Hopefully these recipes gave you some ideas to squeeze into your busy life and add to your breakfast menu. If you do cook them, tag me on Instagram. I would love to see what you're out there cooking. And I hope you have a great day and have a happier, healthier, and a more simple life. Thanks. Bye.